welcome back to my channel. It's Esther here and I'm so happy to have you here. If it's your first time here, well, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And if you're returning, well, I'm so grateful for you and I'm so happy that you're still here. So get your notebook and get your pen, because today we're going to be looking into some details that you need to know when you're just getting onto Alibaba and you want to get familiar with everything that goes on there. So with that being said, let's get into the video. If you watched my last video and I told you to look around Alibaba, I hope you already signed up if you are serious about purchasing stuff there. I'm sure you have already seen many products, and Alibaba is going to catch your eyes because you're going to see tons of different things and you'll be right away intrigued by either the prices, or you just see what you've been looking for and you're like, wow, eye candy, I want to know everything. I want to, how can I get these things? So first thing that you need to know is either your supplier is verified or a gold supplier. So with a gold supplier, they have paid to be on the platform. And if they're a verified supplier, they have been audited by a third party, and that's why they're on the app. So it depends on which one you may get is safe for you to use. If you are okay with a paid supplier who's paid to be on the app, or you're okay with someone who's been audited by a third party and they're so sure that they're authentic and they're there on the platform. So whichever it is that you prefer. Other people will be okay with a paid person, like they've paid to be there, and others will be like, no, I'm okay with a verified supplier. So it all depends with which one that you want. Maybe I'm going to show you some pictures of what a gold supplier looks like. So I'm looking on Alibaba and I have seen here verified 12 years. All the ones I'm finding so far are verified. Why am I not screen recording this? Let me screen record it so I can add it to the video. So you either have to have your verified suppliers. So you can see these ones, they're jewelry company, they are verified. I'm trying to find a gold supplier. So gold suppliers, you see, there are not even that many. Most people prefer to be verified. So okay, most of them that I'm finding are verified. But I'm going to try and find a gold supplier. So those are the two kinds of suppliers that you're going to find. Oh, sorry, I keep looking down. Let me look at you guys too. So it's either they're verified or they're gold supplier. So those are the two suppliers that you should be looking forward to when you're on the app. Don't just jump into and see prices and then you're like, ooh, I want everything. No. So that's about the supplier. Another point that you have to keep in mind is that you have to check how many years they have been on Alibaba. So I'll give an average of 2 to 3 years. That's, I think, safe for you to get to be okay with the supplier. So they have to have at least a minimum of 3 years on Alibaba, so that they have some experience. And yeah, so that's the second tip that I can give you. They need to have at least some experience. So the other point is that make sure you go for suppliers who accept trade assurance. So what is trade assurance? Trade assurance is like a payment method that has been formulated on the Alibaba app so that clients are able to trust their suppliers, and you make the payment over there. So it's like the supplier won't get their payment of the goods that they're selling to you until you have received the product. So it's like insurance, let me say. So Alibaba also gives that insurance, and so it's very good that you go for suppliers that accept trade assurance. Also check for the compliance certificate of customs clearance, because some goods, especially electronics, you need clearance certificates when you're shipping these things, especially to countries like the USA. You need those custom clearance certificates, and so make sure that your supplier is able to give you those certificates that you need when you're doing your customs clearance, because yeah, it's going to be a pain in the butt if they are not able to assist you with customs clearance. Then also make sure you communicate with suppliers. Don't shy away from them. communicate, and don't always necessarily think the prices that have been put on their page are the actual prices. Maybe because variations in the exchange rate, so sometimes maybe prices are not exactly as they are. Maybe it can show $6, but maybe the price has changed maybe to $750. And so you have to always communicate with your suppliers, and first things that you need to talk with them is if the price is, or you check the actual price, not just the price on the display. Then also, what are other things that you should ask your suppliers? Ask them about the MOQ. If, for example, if you see a product and the MOQ is 1, 2, that's okay. Maybe you can afford, but sometimes they need a higher MOQ. Maybe they need you to purchase, let's say, 10 sunglasses, or maybe you need to purchase 200 shoes for them to sell the shoes to you. Here's the thing, you have to show that you are serious and you would be a returning customer if you want them to actually lower the MOQ. So you can bargain with them, but don't push it sometimes, because maybe it won't happen. Like, maybe if you want to negotiate for the MOQ, you can say, I can pay more if you maybe sell me less, if you want less. But of course, if you're buying, let's say, 1,000 pieces of something from one of these suppliers, the price is going to be lowered compared to someone who's just buying maybe 1 to 10 products. So that's how the MOQ works, and so you have to know about those details. So the other point that you have to know about Alibaba is that the products, they are either customizable or you can just purchase them as they are. So there's an option to either customize, and for customization you have to ask if there's additional prices. Maybe you want to customize for your own brand, and you want to add your logo maybe on the packaging and all that. You need to ask your suppliers if there are extra charges for the packaging if you're customizing. If you want to upgrade the packaging, like if they've shown you the packaging and maybe you want to upgrade it to something else, make sure you ask them for additional prices and the like. So you have the option to either customize the products or just to have them as they are. Then the other point that you also have to keep in mind is that among these suppliers, there are trading companies, there are manufacturers, and then there are wholesalers. So you have to be able to gauge which ones you want to work with. If it's a trading company, trading companies are not necessarily the manufacturers, but trading companies have a variety of options to give you. So if for example you're working with a trading company, they have about 30 factories they're working with, and they can source from different factories and find a best fit for you and what you're looking for. But if you're maybe, let's say, working with a manufacturer, they only have that very option for you. So manufacturers don't have much options, and trading companies have a wider scope. And then for wholesalers, as you can hear them, they sell in bulk, but they can also sell at retail prices. But usually wholesalers have a variety of products to sell. So you can find they have shoes, they have bags, they have this and that and that. So you will be able to see which ones you want to work with. Well, I'm going to give more tips on trading companies, manufacturers, like how to differentiate them and the like. So for this one, we're just looking at the main basic details. And the other point is that you can use the RFQ. So I'm going to show you, well, when you scroll down, especially if you're using the website, if you are just on the first page, when you scroll down to the bottom, there's a part where it's written request for quotation. So when you request for a quotation, it's like you describe what you want. You say, all right, well, you have to sound formal, not like, all right, I'm looking for this and that and that. And you can state what you're looking for, and maybe within 10 to 30 minutes, different suppliers are going to get in touch with you, and you can get the products that you want. So that's how you use a request for quotation. You can, instead of you looking for the supplies, you can state what you want, and then the suppliers are going to find you. So that's the other way of finding supplies. The other point I'm going to give you when you're on Alibaba is that you check and ask for product catalogs. You ask suppliers for catalogs, and if you like what you see and they are offering you what you're looking for, well, look into details about them and see if they're okay. And yeah, so when you've checked catalogs, maybe you have checked from 3 suppliers, you want to see who's going to be good, who's going to be the better supplier, especially if you're customizing or even just getting products from them. You can get products at least from 3 suppliers. So some suppliers are able to give free samples, but others you have to pay to be able to make a sample, and it's worth it. It's worth it, especially if you have your own brand and everything. You want to see the quality of the product. So, and if you see that you can work with them long term, you start building a relationship with them and talk with them often. You can talk to the suppliers, you can make video calls, you can make calls. They are available right there on the app. You can talk to the suppliers. So that's about that. And also, after you make your purchases, it's good to have, especially if it's a big bulk order, make sure you have an inspection company to do it for you. So if you're able to, you make you pay for a third party to audit your goods, and then if they're okay, they are going to give you an inspection report. Even the suppliers themselves, they're able to give you that service, but it would be okay to use a third party if you have the resources. And this point is for if you have a big order. So if it's just small orders, they can easily check it for you. You can ask for videos. And I think for today, these are some of the important points that you need to know. So what are the points that we have mentioned? We have known the different suppliers. We have the gold suppliers and the verified suppliers. We have learnt about RFQs. We have learnt about talking to suppliers about the actual pricing, the MOQ, and how to go about it. And don't tell me I have forgotten what we were talking about. Oh, don't forget the certificate of compliance. If you're getting gadgets especially, and custom clearance is going to nip you in the butt if you don't have certificates. And we have also known about customizing goods and goods that are not customized. And yeah, that's about it. Alright guys, we have come to the end of the video, and if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to leave them down below in the comment section, and I can respond to you. And if it's a topic that requires me talking about it, we can make a video all about it. You let me know what you'd like to know more about Alibaba, and I'll be here to help you. So for now, thank you everyone for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.